Hi guys, and welcome to another video on my channel City of Starlight. So for today's video I am going to do my monthly book haul video for you guys. So normally I do my monthly wrap-ups and my book hauls in one video, but today I decided to do two separate videos. So for the ones who just want to see the book haul, keep watching this video, and if you're interested in what I read this month and what I am planning for next month, you can watch the next video that is just uploaded after this one, just so this video won't be too long for anyone who isn't interested in what I read today and only for the book haul. So to start the month off, I bought two books online, and the first one is Sacrifice Box by Martin Stewart. So this is a story about teenagers who find a box and they decide to use it as a type of time capsule. So they each put something of their personal belongings in the box and they bury it, and then they make a pact to not go looking for the box again on their own or not open the box by themselves, so only if there are multiple of them. And at some moment they discover that they are not the first ones to discover the box and make a sacrifice to it, and they discover that the box might take more from them than their personal items. So I do think this is a kind of YA thriller, and it does remind me of a movie that I saw a long time ago, but I cannot pinpoint which one. So I was very intrigued by the story and the idea of teenagers finding something and committing themselves secret, and then finding out that they got more than they bargained for. So I'm very interested in how this story will move from that. I normally don't really read thrillers or some sorts, but this sounded intriguing to me, so maybe it will give me the chance to get deeper into the genre of YA thrillers. The second book I bought together with the previous one was Witchborn by Nicholas Bowling. So the story is about a young girl who is in an asylum because her mother was accused of witchcraft and was executed for it, and now she has to find her own way through the dark streets of London during a time period of rival queens. So I'm not sure if this is a historical novel. The rivaling queens could be Queen Mary and Queen Elizabeth, so this is what intrigued me. So I hope it is something similar to the story of Queen Mary and Queen Elizabeth, or maybe even during that time period. And I love the idea of witchcraft during the Middle Ages, so this is what got me interested in this book. So normally I read historical novels by Philippa Gregory, and I just want to see if there are other books in this genre I would like. So I hope this one is in the setting that I'm thinking about. And another order online for two books that I was really excited about. And the first one is Roar by Cora Carmack. So this is a book about a young girl who doesn't possess any magic, and so her father decides to marry her off to a prince that has his own source of magic, so that the marriage will guarantee her the spot on the throne as queen. But in time, Aurora, the main character, discovers that her prince has some dark secrets of his own, and she decides to follow him. And she witnesses the prince as he goes into a black market where there is magic sold. So the magic in this book is called storm magic, so the ability to control weather, I think, and it's harvested by storm hunters. Aurora decides she has three options: either lose her crown if she doesn't have magic, secondly marry the prince who has dark secrets of his own, or get her hands on this storm magic through the storm hunters. So I'm very intrigued by this new kind of magic. I never heard of something as stormlings and storm magic. I'm very intrigued by how the magic would work in this book and how the world would look like in this community ruled by storm magic. So I'm very pleased that I picked this up this month. And the second book in that same book haul was The Wicked Deep by She Earnshaw, and I got this in a hardback. Normally I buy paperbacks because I just find it easier to read them, but I just found that this hardback had such a beautiful cover. We had the paperback in our store, but I didn't like the cover at all, so I bought it online with this beautiful holographic cover. So the story of the book is about a town, and in its history there were three sisters drowned for witchcraft, and so now every year these three sisters come back and inhabit three girls of the town to lure young men into their watery depths. So I thought it was very intriguing. It sounded like a dark fairy tale, and witchcraft is always something that I look for in a book, so I'm very pleased to have this beautiful cover and this beautiful book on my bookshelf now. The last two books I want to talk about are books that I got in subscription boxes. So if you saw my previous videos, I unboxed two Fairy Loot boxes this month. So the first one was the Fairy Loot from February. It contained the Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. So this book is about Alice and her grandmother who writes dark fairy tales and lives in the Hazelwood estate. His grandmother goes missing, she has to go looking for her, and she has to venture into the Hazelwood and encounter all kinds of dark creatures. So I'm very pleased that this was in my first ever Fairy Loot crate. So I'm very happy that this one came in my first ever Fairy Loot crate, and I hope to get into this book very soon. And then the last one of this book haul is State of Sorrow by Melinda Salisbury. So this one is about a young girl named Sorrow who has to take over her father's job as governor of the Court of Tears because her brother just died and her father is so sad that he can't fulfill his duties. And she discovers that there are enemy forces gathering against them, so she has to decide how far she will go to win this war from her enemies. So this was in this month's Fairy Loot box. If you are interested in a little bit more of the story or in the unboxing, please check out the links below. I will put both of my Fairy Loot unboxings in there, and there I also talk a little bit more about the story in these books. Okay, so that was it. Interested in what I read this month and what I am about to read next month, please check out the next video, just upload it after this one, and I will see you guys for my next video. Bye guys!